The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the country. It's Mark from SolidCAM. We'll be doing our 30-minute free training session for today for SolidCAM Live. With me, fresh from his vacation, back on the team, is Kevin Rankel. Hey, Kevin.
Hey, how's it going?
So I thought today we'd cover something that does come up a lot. Obviously, the topic, as soon as I say it, you'll know why it comes up a lot, and that is upgrades and licensing. We get questions on this every once in a while. There are certain times of the year when a new release comes out, people want to get the update. With an update, you want to update your license as well. So I thought we'd do that all in one video, and then that way, this is a good resource we can reference anytime that comes up. So we'll start with updates, upgrade, whatever you want to call it. When you go from one version of SolidCAM to another version, or one version of InventorCAM to a new version, or even if you're just installing the service pack, what you want to do is, if you have a login for the website, go to the website like you see me do here, and go to your logins. And now, first thing you want to probably do, though, for a lot of the different stuff you can do with the website, is make sure you're on your country's website. So this video is pretty much going to be on YouTube. Everyone else is going to look at it. But for you in the US and for myself being in Canada, since there's no Canadian flag, all of us are going to go up here and we will click on the US flag. So US English. That way you're on the US site. So any kind of webinars you sign up for, any kind of downloads you get, they will always be specific to your location. I don't know if it's really more for the download of the update of the software, but I know for some of the webinars, some of these webinars might be country-based, right, Kevin? Like if you were to go for KevCam.
Yeah, great point, Mark. Yeah, if you guys are looking for SolidCAM Live or even the KevCam night classes, they will not be showing up under the other country's flag, so it will only be under the US flag.
Okay, but in terms of the updates, wherever you are in the world, basically you'll come to the website and you'll go to support/subscription, login and downloads. And basically what that'll do is it'll bring you to your login page to start. And then once you've logged in, it'll bring you to the downloads page. So on the downloads page, you can see the three icons here. And what you want to do when you go for your update, whether it's a service pack update, a hotfix update, or literally a version update, if you're going from your current version to 2020, you want to click on one of these first two. Now, if you already have SolidWorks and you're installing the update to the add-on of SolidCAM, that's the first one. As soon as we click on that, it brings us to all the versions available for your login. So you can see currently, my current login is the newest version of SolidCAM 2020, but it goes as far back as 2018. And I think they keep this populated with the last version of, what is it, maybe, Kevin, like 2 years back? It looks like 2018 is still here. So is it?
Yep.
Okay. So about 2 years back. And the most recent one for 2020, click on that, and then I can click on this. And even though I'm signed in under the US flag, or for, let's just call it the North American login, because that's the one I'm in Canada, you can still choose your language. So again, for most of you guys, you're probably just choosing the English one, but for anyone on the international side of our customer base that's watching the video, you can click on your language and the interface will be in that language. So for instance, some of my customers in the French side of Canada, I've actually sent them the link to the French login, not the login, but the French version of SolidCAM. So every toolpath, every interface will be in the language that you click on. In this case, if they clicked French, then they would see things instead of pocket, they would see something like cavity or whatever it is in French. So you click on that, you download it, and that is essentially just a download of an installation file. It's not your license. All it does is install the software, and that could typically take from between, I would say, maybe 5 to 30 minutes, depending on your internet connection. But once you install that file, that is your SolidCAM add-on. If you don't have SolidWorks and you're using the bundle or the embedded version of SolidCAM, that's the other link. But this one, you cannot have your own copy of SolidWorks. So that's why there's that message there that says, if you already have SolidWorks installed in your system, don't install this one, because this is a combo of some functionality from SolidWorks inside of an embedded version of SolidCAM. So that's why if you were to download this and install this, it would disrupt your version of SolidWorks, because this is a combo. This is not for anyone that currently has SolidWorks, and thus we have that error message there. And then the same sort of interface you see on the side here is the same for InventorCAM. So if you weren't aware, we actually have another software that we sell that's very similar, almost identical to SolidCAM called InventorCAM. It's embedded in Autodesk Inventor, and you can get it from the same login, the same website. Basically, it works the same way. You go to your country login, you download the installation file, you run it, and it also requires a license. And then, of course, being logged into the website, you get access to all the pre-recorded webinars, the KevCam webinars, all of the SolidCAM Professor webinars that are still on there. Some of my stuff is embedded in there in the training folder. So a login and registration on the website is always a good thing. Keeps you in access to a bunch of stuff. But we talk a lot about the software, but the license actually gives you the access to that software. You can download this, you can install it, and then you've got the software on your system. But unless you have that license, you can't actually use it because it's literally a license to allow you to use the software. So in terms of licensing, that's going to come directly from us, as in SolidCAM, the company. You'll either get an email from your salesperson, or you'll get it from just the inside office people. Most likely you'll get it from, if you're in North America, you'll get it from our inside office. If you're in the international markets, you're probably going to get it from your reseller or from your salesperson. But the license is actually something you can access, you don't have access to on these systems here on the website or anything like that. It's something that you get sent.
Well,
is that different?
That's something that has just changed actually in probably the last 8 months. Mark, if you click on support/subscription, you will see license updates right there.
Oh boy, something new. Okay.
And so what it will do is, as long as you guys have put your dongle number in there correctly.
As part of your registry?
Yep, as part of your registration or your product key, you can come in here and get updates for your license. So, I mean, of course, you guys can always definitely come to us and we'll get that updates for you. But if you want to go more on your own, you can come right to the website and upgrade your license from right here. So currently,
wow, okay, that's good. Okay,
yep,
now
yep.
Is that only for dongle licenses, or is that for both?
That is for all licenses now.
Excellent. Okay, so that's a good segue into talking about licensing, but I wasn't aware of that. So yes, so now, as part of your registry, you actually give us some sort of indication that you are currently a customer, and that is your dongle number or your product key number. Those are the two types of licenses we're about to talk about. And
if you want, Mark, you can log out and maybe just click on the customer registration, and we can kind of show where that is at.
Yeah. Okay, so let's log out. And then let's go to customer registration.
And if you scroll down, it's going to ask for the local reseller and dongle or product key. And for everyone that is working with us here in the United States or North America, you can just put SolidCAM USA. But for those that are international, go ahead and put your local reseller. But make sure that that dongle or that product key is correct in there, because one, it's going to verify it to make sure that you are on subscription. And if you are on subscription, you can get access to all those videos, the downloads, as well as your license update. So.
Okay, cool. That's a good innovation. I wasn't aware that we had that. So now you can go to the website and get pretty much your updates to the software as well as an update to your license.
Yep.
So whether you get it from here or you get it from us, you still need a license to run the software. So the two types of licenses that we actually provide are dongle licenses and product key, basically what you see here. The dongle is literally a USB that you'll get in the mail, the physical mail, and that is something you plug into your computer, and then we would send you, or you would download from the website, the license, and you install the license on that dongle. So the benefit of that is you now have a physical license that you can carry with you. So if you go from programming at home, bringing it to the shop, or you want to share it amongst people in your programming department, that's a key that you could just plug in. And then whenever you plug it in, if someone has SolidCAM and SolidWorks installed on that computer, they can use that license of SolidCAM. So that's a good way to just have one license that can easily float around, physically float around to the various places you're programming or various people that are programming. We can also do that with the network side of things as well, right, Kevin? You can do a network dongle?
Yep, we can also do a network dongle.
Okay, and then that
kind
basically
of a thing of the past nowadays, but
yeah. But it is a possibility because maybe you want to go from one server to another. I don't know, but you have the ability to put your license, whether a network license or a standalone license, on the dongle, and then you can plug that dongle in wherever you want to use it. Now, if you don't have the ability to use a dongle for whatever reason, or you are doing that network, or maybe you want to just have a floating license amongst different computers and you don't want to have to worry about sharing a dongle, somebody lost the dongle, or you want to be able to just log in from home and leave physical dongles and USB keys at the shop, the product key is a software key. That is actually a series of numbers that we would send you that you can install in your license manager that ties into your IP address. So if you have just a standalone license of SolidCAM, you're just a single user, you only bought one seat of SolidCAM, you would get a product key series of numbers, install that in your license manager, and then that computer will always, going forward, have access to SolidCAM. The license is part of that computer. One of the drawbacks of that is the fact that it's tied into that one computer. So if you lose that computer, it gets damaged, or you have a crash, or there's been so many different ways that this has happened. But what you have to do then is release that license before you move it to another computer. So if you lost that computer, that product key was on that computer, you'd have to contact us, unless there's a new way on the website to do it.
Nope.
You have to contact us, and then we can release it for you, and then you're able to use that license, that product key number, on another computer. But that is tied in to the IP address of the server, in the case of a network key license, or a standalone license. And there are some ways where that can kind of be useful for things like I said, if you have a single seat, but you have a network license of just that single seat using a product key, then every computer that is tied into that network can then be a standalone user of SolidCAM. So you can have 5 programmers, but if there's only one guy using SolidCAM at a time, then he can just log into his computer, and as soon as he opens up SolidCAM, he's pulled that one license. Or if you have multiple licenses, then they just pull that license from the server, the seats from the server, and then they can use SolidCAM. So between the two, we can address whatever kind of IT, software, physical limitations, whatever issues you've got with your licensing. We have a way to address that using either dongle or product key. And those are literally just either numbers or a physical key that we send you.
Yeah, and one thing to remember too is if your company is running high security, a lot of our customers are aerospace and defense companies where they are not allowed internet access. We can also do what's called a offline activation instead of the product key, so it doesn't have to ping the server itself, so there is no internet requirement for your seat of SolidCAM.
That actually leads me into when you do get the license. That's perfect. So let's get into, I'm just on my other screen here going to where we would get to that. Let's go to SolidCAM. Okay, so when you do get your dongle license, so you got your USB key plugged in, you got it in the mail, you plug it into your computer, and you either get your dongle license from the website or you've got it emailed to you from your salesperson or someone on the tech team. You'll go to your start menu. I should probably show my other screen, but I don't want to. So basically, you'll go to your start menu, you'll scroll through your programs until you get to SolidCAM 2020, and then you click on Update Dongle. It's pretty simple. It just literally is called Update Dongle, and it brings up this window here. Let me just hide all this so we can see what that one window looks like. And literally what you're going to do is you're just going to click on this Browse button, and then browse to that dongle license. So it's a .lis file. It's actually just a license file that gets installed on that USB key. So you would just browse to it, load it into here, click on Perform Update, and it'll give you a message saying update was successful. That's all you have to do to update the license on your dongle. And as long as that is up to date with your version of SolidCAM and you have it plugged into your computer, you can then use your SolidCAM. If you get that offline activation or even the online activation, but if you're using a product key license like Kevin was just talking about, you would do the same thing. You go to your start menu, SolidCAM, in this case 2020, just get to that, and then you click on the other item in that list that says software license, and then you get this window. So we have the activation, online activation, the offline activation, and the transferring of that license. So if you had a product key, which is what this is for, you would plug in those series of numbers. Again, this is something that we would send you or you would get from the website. It's going to be tied into the email address, tied into the account. So you plug in the numbers, plug in your email address, click activate, and that will update your your product key, the software key that's plugged into your computer. So again, that's tied into this computer or tied into the server that you're on. But like Kevin said, there is a way to do it offline. So what we would do is we would ask you to create a C2V. So basically that is a file that you'd send to us, and then our license administrators will take that and convert that into a license activator called a V2C. So it's basically the flip of that. And once you receive that file, you can click on this button here, search for that V2C file, and then again, it'll update your software license. And now your license is up to date on that computer or on that server.
Yeah, and one thing to remember, everyone that's on here, I assume everybody that's on here usually has a current license, and each year that you guys stay on maintenance, that license gets updated. And what the account manager will send you is actually a V2C file, and this is where you can go to apply that V2C file as well.
Exactly. So yeah, so if we're on the ball and we know that you just recently updated, you're looking for that update, rather than getting you to send us the C2V, we'll just send you the V2C. So we'll just give you the thing to get you up to date. But if you haven't been on for a while or you haven't received that file, we can send you that C2V, and then that starts the whole thing going as well. So whatever your license situation is, again, there's a way to address it. And then again, because the product key is tied into the IP address of your computer, but maybe you want to switch to a newer computer, kind of like the ones that Kevin recommended the other day when we were talking about you know, the hardware recommendations and stuff. Let's say you got a new computer, you want to take your standalone product key license of SolidCAM or InventorCAM from one computer to another, you would do a transfer. So you're transferring it to either the same computer, maybe you did a format of your computer, maybe you had a crash or whatever it is, or you're going to another computer. This function right here will let you do that. And you can also go through here, there's other instructions that'll come through and all that. But let's say you didn't remember this, you didn't see the video, you don't know how to do the update of a dongle or the update of your product key. Well, all of that, all those instructions can be found at sentinel.solidcam.com. If you've ever requested a update to your license from us of your product key or your dongle license, or you had licensing issues and we might have sent you some sort of link with instructions, it actually comes from this website here. So sentinel.solidcam.com. And you can see from this interface, it has all the questions you might have. So for instance, I was just talking about updating the dongle. I could just go to the first one, dongle update, and here's the instructions. Basically, make sure you got all that. You unzip that folder that you received from us or from the website, start SolidCAM update license, browse that license file, perform update. So everything I just talked about, here's a list of instructions. Whenever a customer asks me for an update, I'll send them the, if they don't have a login to the website, or maybe just to save them time, I'll send them the link directly from the website so they can download the update of the software. I'll send them this link so they know how to update their dongle, and then I'll send them the update, the actual license update. So then in one email, you have all the instructions. But this is the link I usually send people to. In terms of the product key, sorry? Kevin,
one more area, if you guys are on the YouTube channel, if you just type in dongle under your YouTube search under the SolidCAM University channel, there is step-by-steps walking you through that process so you can actually see it in action.
Yeah, we definitely have made videos on this. Let's see.
Yeah, just type in dongle.
Dongle. And there it is. So there is a live instruction, play-by-play on how to do that, step-by-step. Yep. Done by somebody right here. That's Kevin Rankel right there. If you guys haven't gone to the SolidCAM University channel in a while, every time I tell someone to come here, I say, click on Kevin's face.
Yeah, my ugly mugshot.
Good mugshot. Okay, so SolidCAM, or sentinel.solidcam.com, there's your dongle update. If you had a product key activation and you didn't remember all the stuff I was just talking about, here it is right here. So online product activation, there's that interface there. You plug in your product key, you plug in your email address, click activate. If you got the V2C, first, this one is in case we didn't send it to you, you need to send us the C2V. So there's the little instructions there. But let's say you already got that V2C. You can click on these instructions. And let's see, let's try that again. There it is. And there you go. So just offline activation, activate V2C. So we make it really simple. We give you these little pictographs here to make it really simple. Let's go back to this guy here. But let's say you had any issues with the installation of your dongle update or your product key license update. There's always the troubleshooting. Okay, so I have a dongle, but SolidCAM doesn't seem to work. I have a network dongle, SolidCAM doesn't seem to work. I have a network product key, SolidCAM doesn't seem to work. You can see all these guys down here cannot activate V2C. So pretty much the majority of the scenarios you'll run into where you're having issues with your licensing can be found here. This is a quick way to just find that answer, but obviously every single thing that we've covered today, whether you go to the SolidCAM University channel, you log into the website, if you have any issues at all, spend 2 seconds on this. But if you can't figure it out, absolutely, just give us a call. It's the quickest way to get all that resolved, because if it's 2 seconds here and you can get it done, chances are it's probably 2 seconds on the phone with us. So we're here available to help you with any kind of licensing issues, especially if it's more of an IT issue. Sometimes there might be something that guys like Kevin or some of the other guys on the main tech team are aware of that needs to be done before you can do your product key license or before the dongle will work. There's no sense in butting your head against something like this when it's probably something very simple for guys like Kevin to handle. And I bring up Kevin's name because he's the guy I always ask for help on this. so definitely give us a call at the main tech line or your local resellers technical support, again, because we got to think international as well. But for North America, you're going to call us, and then Kevin's going to help you out, because I don't know how to do this. But if we go back to here, you can see that you've got all the stuff here. So if you had a network license, it actually walks you through what to do with a network dongle or a network product key. And it's a little more involved, but it actually is not that hard if everything goes smoothly. Everything here is in place.
Yeah, and I want to kind of go a little bit more into this network license, because usually 99% of the time, all you guys have to do for a server license is install this on the server, which is step number 1. Like I said, 99% of the time, the computers automatically see the server, and there's nothing that has to be done there. But the real benefit to this, and Mark, what I'll do is I'm going to put this in the chat for you here, and everybody can actually see it as well. But if you could open that link up for me. So this is, if you're running a network license, this is exactly what it's going to pull up for you guys if or if you're looking to go over to a network license. Right here, it's showing us that we have one package of 2D, as well as HSM, as well as iMachining, and our package 2 is Mill 2D and HSM. So it's telling us how many are available for each one of those. So, you know, currently in that screenshot there, it's showing that everything is available. And you guys can go through and cherry pick what you would like to go out of there. But in the case where you guys are running a network license just for one seat, it also comes in handy as well, because even though that, you know, I'm going to say Mark is the primary programmer, but Mark's office is up in a different area. And when he goes down to the shop floor, he's going to be running a different computer down there. So at that point, what you guys can do is just exit out of SolidCAM. Mark can go down to the shop floor down there and open up SolidCAM down there and make any tweaks as well. And for those of you guys that might be saying, well, I don't have SolidWorks on a network license, that's totally fine, because I think we've covered the shop floor editor in here, and all you would do is open up the standalone version of SolidCAM, also known as the editor, and you can make the changes down there for feed rates and stuff like that too. So it's not, the network is not set up just for one user and that's it. It has multiple different purposes. As well, on top of that, you can also borrow out a seat. So Mark is hopping on a plane over to Germany, and he's got, how long was that flight? 12 hours?
Oh man, I don't remember.
That long flight, and you know, the boss man wants something programmed. Mark can actually borrow out a license as well. So he can borrow it out for a specific amount of days, or you can do, once it gets reconnected to the network, it will automatically reconnect. So there's a lot of different options there for that network license. And there is, I mean, if you guys are currently looking, you know, Steve, I'm going to pick on you. Steve has a product, but it's not, it's just a standalone. and looking to switch over to the network to utilize some of these benefits, there is a very small fee involved with that, and you'll have to get with your local account manager for that one. But it is definitely worth the extra money to do that, just because, like I said, you can borrow that license. You don't have to worry about losing a physical hardware dongle, as well as transferring it over from computer to computer. Because if you guys are running a product key and you plan on using it, you know, transferring it back and forth multiple times throughout the day, it's not the easiest task. Where if you're on a network, it's just exit SolidCAM, go to the other computer, reopen it back up, and at that point you can have SolidCAM installed on as many computers as you would like.
So I want to touch base on the thing you were talking about. So to borrow a license, it's because you have to actually be on the network to pull that license, right? So if you're going offline.
Nope. So we have two different ways of doing the network license borrow. You can do a offline borrow, or you can do an online borrow. And it depends on, you know, if you left work already and it's like, shoot, I can't, you know, I forgot to borrow out that license before I left. At that point, you can do an offline borrow. You'll just need somebody at your facility to release that license for you. So.
Oh, okay. So then it's all just because you're on the network, but you can borrow licenses like that. What if you didn't borrow the license, but you are on that other site, or like you said, I'm now in Germany and I need access to my network license? If you are connected to your network, you can just pull the license.
Correct.
That's the other
Absolutely.
benefit, right?
Yep. Yep. Absolutely. So you guys can VPN into your network as well, and a lot of our customers do that because with the COVID going on right now, a lot of people are working from home, so a lot of people are remoting into their licenses servers just to still be able to use SolidCAM from home as well.
Awesome. Okay, so any questions on updates, licensing? If you've got any comments or questions on your current licensing or your current versions of SolidCAM and SolidWorks, we can answer those as well. We do have a little bit of time left today, but I'll just do the little bit of the closer. So in the chat area, since Kevin's been gone, I've gotten used to doing this. I'm just going to paste my email. And a little bit of an inside behind the scenes of how we produce the show. I actually have a text file that says my email. Just copy and paste it. But basically, that's my email, my direct email. So if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, anything you'd like to see in SolidCAM Live, anything you'd like to see on KevCam, I can forward this to Kevin as well. You also have Kevin's email from the KevCam stuff. So either one of those emails, you can use that to contact us directly with comments, questions, suggestions. If you'd like your own personalized training, you can use that email as well to contact me directly with the day and time that you're free. And we can just schedule a personal training session on your schedule whenever you're free. And that could be on your own questions, that could be on your own parts. If there's any proprietary or confidentiality issues with that, just let us know. We can get an NDA signed if you need that. If you know anybody that can benefit from SolidCAM, let them know about us, get them into a demo, either by getting them to contact us or give us their contact info and we'll contact them. If they get into a demo, you get that $100 gift card. And like I mentioned yesterday, that's $100 for the SolidCAM Live promo. I think in regular time, what is it, Kevin? Is it like 50 bucks?
Yep.
Yeah. So you get 50 bucks regular time, but during the SolidCAM Live, you get that $100. So that just means if they go into a demo. If we get them into a demo and they witness the demo, you get that finder's fee of $100 gift card just for that. If it goes to sale, you get that 20%. And I think that 20% is always 20%,
correct,
right?
Yep.
Yeah. So it's always 20% if they go to sale. So anytime you find someone that would benefit from SolidCAM and they're really sure that they're going to buy, get them in here, get them into a demo, get them into enjoying SolidCAM, and then you get that $100 for the demo, and then you get that 20% of the sale. So that's a good chunk of money just for networking on our behalf. So that's good. We still will be planning to finish this, well, actually not finish, but we'll continue this for the rest of the month, which is the end of the week. So the end of the month, end of the week, we're still doing SolidCAM Live every day at 2 p.m. If you guys would like to see this continue, use that email as well and just let us know that you find benefit of this, you like tuning in, you want your questions still to be answered daily. And if that's the case, then we'll continue this going forward. Again, I don't know how much longer, but let us know how much you like this. If you like it, if you don't like it, you think it's enough, let us know as well. And then we'll schedule the next block. But for now, If there's no questions for today, you can use email the question, give us questions and suggestions for the rest of the week. But for today, we'll end it here. Everybody stay safe, keep your family safe, keep busy, keep sane, enjoy SolidCAM. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
All right. Have a great day, everyone.